The defense got us to this Super Bowl, and they're trying to win it for us. Third down, 18. Dropping Gannon, looking Gannon, looking Gannon. Throws up the middle. That's intercepted at the 40. Derrick Brooks 30. Brooks to the 25. 20. Derrick Brooks all the way. There it is. The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
In 2003, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won Super Bowl 37. The team was anchored by linebacker Derrick Brooks, who in addition to his many accolades on the field has made civic engagement a life's work off of it. The 2003 Defensive Player of the Year looks back on his career and the many lives that he's been able to impact along the way.
So I couldn't help but notice that chain on your wrist.
Oh.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
This actually chain is a gift from Warren Sapp. He gave this to the members of our 2002 defense when we won the Super Bowl. The symbolism behind it is we're all going to be linked forever like a chain.
Warner gets to, intercepted, 30, 25, 20, Derrick Brooks 10, 5, touchdown Tampa Bay.
We had 3 layers of madness that we were throwing at you. It was the best. Everybody was being held accountable for every snap we did on the football field.
Oh, ball's in the air, intercepted, Sapp's got it, he laterals, touchdown Derrick Brooks.
Tampa cover 2 is our bread and butter defense, there's no doubt about it.
It's a lot of nonverbal communications that people don't understand. That's why I say people could come in with the Tampa 2 and use it as a blueprint, but they're never perfected because they never had the parts. We are the parts.
The Mike linebacker is responsible for the middle third of the field. Derrick was as good as anybody at it.
Picked off, Derrick Brooks, he could go, he might go, he will go, all the way.
His ability to diagnose what was going on. I mean, I called him the Florida Highway Patrol. Florida's 900 miles of highway, and he covering it all.
Running to his right, throwing, no, it's bobbled, it's intercepted, Derrick Brooks has another one.
I remember walking out of that tunnel. I said, San Francisco's dead as a doorknob. We had Jeff Garcia running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Like that, dropping, it's intercepted, going coast to coast, Rodney Barber. That is the dagger. Go home, Eagle fans.
We closed the vet, shut it down.
I know Derrick never missed a game in his career. That was my standard. He was the one guy that if you were going to be the greatest in this franchise, you got to be at least that. And that's who Derrick Brooks is.
When I got here in 1996, we'd had 13 straight losing seasons. I'll never forget that first meeting, telling those guys, I said, hey, we want to win championships, but if that's all we do, it won't be very meaningful. What we need to do is become part of this community, make Tampa a better place to live, find some fulfillment away from the game, be role models for the city. That's going to be important. That's what people are going to remember.
It started simply by me. I just walked out of a game early 1996 and saw 2 kids hanging around at the stadium and asked them did they want to come to the game, and they said yes, and I went in, got them a couple tickets, and I just told them if I'd asked them where they were from, and they told me they was from, East Tampa, in a very challenged area in Tampa. So I went and visited the center.
Growing up, there was a lot of crime around. I know a lot of girls that I grew up with didn't necessarily was able to follow their dreams. We always went to some place where we can just walk to, and the Boys and Girls Club was always walking distance. The first time we met, he would spend his Tuesdays, his day off from football practice to come to the Boys and Girls Club in Tampa.
I'll never forget, Derrick Brooks came into my office and the light bulb went on.
I said, Coach, I get it. I get it, thank you. This stage, it was given to us as an opportunity, but the bigger influence was away from the game.
And about 8 months later, he came back into my office and he said, I've been going to this Boys and Girls Club. I've really got a connection with the kids there, but I want to make a difference in people's lives. And that was the start of the Brooks Bunch. And boy, did he make a difference.
Brooks Bunch was kind of born in those humble beginnings. Had to be bigger than that. And it had to be poured into youth education. And this was the opportunity to do it in a neighborhood at the time that needed love. Kids needed to see things different than what they were seeing every day. I want to provide this experience to show them life away from these walls that they live in to create hope. Every year we would pick a topic, pick a subject, and we would go take the trip so they get a chance to see, feel, and touch. We went to Washington, D.C. for a week, and then I took my first trip to South Africa.
Going to Africa, being able to have something tangible that you can touch and you can be a part of and you can truly experience in reality, away from some of the struggles of your everyday life. He was more of the kid learning and experiencing things than anything. He was just like one of us, taking it in and breathing this air for the first time and seeing these places and meeting these people for the first time.
After my trip to South Africa led to me opening my own charter high school with Mr. DeBartolo, showing kids educational components that you didn't have to go to just a four-year university, but there was performing arts colleges you can go to, showing them medical school.
It's loose. It's going to be picked up by Brooks. 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Taylor.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
If there was a guy that was the face of our team for a lot of reasons, it was Derrick. And not just because of success on the football field, for everything that he was doing in this community. You wouldn't want another guy to put the exclamation point on that win. And I think everybody agrees with that. We're glad it was him.
Looking again. Those up the middle. It's intercepted at the 40. Derrick Brooks 30. Brooks to the 25. 20. Derrick Brooks all the way. There it is. The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 55, the symbolism behind that. I'm so humbled to be a co-chairman. Obviously, the Bucs making the Super Bowl is just one part of the history of Super Bowl 55. And it's symbolic with a number that I've worn. I have my emotional moments, you know, when I see one of my original Brooks Bus members, Natasha Spencer, to see her now a doctor and saving lives and raising a family. And the kids tell me how much I saved their lives. I tell them, you guys saved me because you gave me a sense of purpose, perspective, and passion through my love of education that I had a chance to feed.
Derrick Brooks' efforts are an example of how one person can help so many people. But this one person refuses to take all the credit. His motto is team. Together, everyone achieves more. Coming up next, I sit down with defending Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes and get his thoughts on going back-to-back and what greatness means to him.